Remember the story I told you about last week? Ivan Birungi, a 44-year-old blind man who defiled this 15-year-old girl.
I've just seen it on the Galaxy page.
Yes.
How did he see?
And on 24th, I think it was 24th of February, when he, actually 2nd and 3rd of February, he first consulted his friend about a maid, Auntie Muzive. So he wanted someone who would help him walk on the streets while he begs for money. So the friend got him this 15-year-old girl. So he gets this girl, and 2nd of February, he took her to a lodge. When he went to the lodge, he told the lodge people that this girl here you see is my daughter. So give us one room, we are going to share. So they gave them a room, and then he defiled her. The next day, he came back with her to the same lodge. Got a room 3rd of February and also defiled her again. So this girl was quite upset, devastated, and in pain. So she went to one of her friends at the lounge bar there in Mukono, and she confided in her. She was telling her the story of what happened to her. But the friend could not help. You know how you can just narrate with a friend who has no power or whatever.
Yeah.
She was saying, I've even asked the Muzei, I've asked Mugambi Kangendewaka because I'm feeling pain, I'm not comfortable, but he has refused to let me go. So there was an innocent citizen, a concerned person who was sitting next, who had the whole story.
Yeah.
Kati, that's the person who went to Mukono police station and reported the case, and he was arrested, Ivan Birungi. So he was remanded till today, and today was the judgment for his case. According to court, sent 7 years in jail. I don't know if that's enough for a man who has defiled a 15-year-old girl.
How many years?
7 years in jail for
but
defilement.
also, okay, anyway, they say manya omwana muto, ignorance is not an excuse. But how can a blind man stop you from going home?
Exactly.
No, defiling ayinza kubanga ina amaanyi talaba naye nga ayinza okunywereza mu kasonda akamupanga. You can't fight back.
But this is
how
a blind
can you
man,
tell me a
see.
blind man refused you to go home? You just go and disappear.
And how did the blind man also rape you?
They
defile
see.
you.
They
see.
No,
I know. No, he can do the act. You get it. If you let him, do the acts.
Really?
I mean, I'm just trying to. I'm wondering.
Chiringa nga bozukka mu tulo pam, going no tulo, but you want to drink water, but you don't want to open your eyes. Okwata bukwasi chikopo because you know where your mouth is. No take amazzi mu kamwa, and then you drink. Kachwe kiri kyenkugambye nti that blind guy ayinza oba yakwata omwana ono n'amunywereza mu kasonda. Ng'amanyi ewe bateeka and biki, and he just did whatever he wanted.
And then the next day he came back with her to the same place. So it's
I don't want to say Obabambi she was young and confused. Because yali agwagala, maybe they were getting some kamane. Ebyo byogamba nti yali amutambuzanga basabiriza and stuff. Nga tayagala naye kuddayo mu kyalo.
She talked to a friend. That's how the concerned citizen had.
And I am saying,
her talking to a friend.
And after the 2 days, the first day it happened, she kept quiet. Then the second day, maybe oyalabanga it's too much. Then she needed to talk to someone. Ate jukira kati ne gwe yagendako uyo teyamuyamba. That means era yandizeeyo if that citizen didn't go to police.
Yeah, exactly. But and the thing is, can you not defend yourself against a blind man? Maybe he overpowered her, like you said, with strength.
Yes.
But if I saw maybe there is an object around me that I feel could disable him in a way and give me that room to run away, because he's blind, he can't see, I'll grab that thing and then if he's
no mukuba no genda, self-defense.
Anyway, in court last week, by the way, he pleaded for leniency, saying that he's a first-time offender. I was tempted. I am a first-time offender. Or maybe he didn't know how old this girl was. Because there's also something, but we cannot even justify defilement in any way. Although these days we see somebody can say, get me a maid, and you get a 14-year-old girl, but she looks like she's 18 or even 21, just because of the nature of the way her body has grown. And then somebody probably assumes that, this is mukulu can. But still, that was bad.
Very, very
anyway,
bad.
So justice has been gotten. And let's link that to Women's Day celebrations. Women's Day celebrations are going to be happening, of course, on 8th of March. And here in Uganda, they are going to be recognized as well. We have Peace Mutuzo, who is the Minister for Culture, and also we have also a statement from the Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development as well. And this is about Women's Day itself and the theme for this year's Women's Day. This year's Women's Day is scaling up investments to accelerate access to justice for all women and girls. Now, according to the minister, the challenge that women are facing this time and age is access to justice. For instance, cases of defilement are on the rise. When somebody goes to report, they ask for evidence. Then there's gender-based violence. Then there's, like all of this, and women find it hard to access justice, although there are cases where justice has been given.
Women and girls continue to face systemic and structural barriers across the justice chain, from reporting violation to investigation, prosecution, adjudication, and enforcement of decision. Gender-based violence remains widespread. Case backlog, especially of defilement nature, due to lack of sufficient evidence, with the burden of proof resting on the victim, and economic constraints limiting legal awareness, harmful social norms, and patriarchal practices, which continue to undermine women's ability to seek. This year's theme calls for scaling up investment, not only in financial terms, but also in institutional capacity, human resource, infrastructure, technology, and community level.
So Women's Day is happening this week on Sunday. We're going to celebrating our Pamela. You know, you can decide to go out.
I don't know. I don't have a plan for Women's Day, honestly. To be very honest, I don't have. But if there's somebody who has a plot for me, fine.
You'll just go.
I'll just go. But I don't have a plot for Women's Day.
Okay.
For me, it's I don't find it very, 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 very special. Although it's women empowerment, women rights, women whatever, like everything about women. And of course, there's women out there who are expecting flowers, expecting a dinner. You're expecting that?
Yeah.
If they don't take you out to dinner, you get annoyed. On Women's Day?
Yes. Why are you not taking me out on Women's Day?
Okay. As in, you must celebrate me on this day.
Hey, I already have plans. So, Katia dinner but flowers are a must.
Hey, flowers are a must on Women's Day.
Chocolates and gifts.
So, if you had to choose, okay, your birthday and Women's Day, and
your
boo told you, okay, birthday, since you like Women's Day more, let me, which one would you choose to celebrate? Because
of course, my birthday. Women's Day mbangenda ku Jason yuwa.
Anyway, so that's it. But we've had issues like women widows, which is kind of deteriorating these days, where you say widow has lost her husband, relatives come and they're fighting to take over properties, and this woman runs to court for justice, and sometimes somewhere somehow she fails to get the justice, and she suffers with her orphaned children. And then of course you heard her talk about the backlog of cases. There are about 4,800 pending cases, some of which are defilement cases, because according to the statistics they are showing is that 3,636 cases are of defilement, and then there are those of aggravated defilement, which are about 1,818 cases against women and girls. Now, we have another very sad story in Wakiso district, where a child committed suicide, allegedly. Yeah, this is a child belonging to a school called Kololo Junior School. We have Rachel Kawala there reporting. The incident happened yesterday about 8 p.m. Kids from this school, of course, usually go for prep. So Kiseka John Terry, 14 years, is in P5, was in P5. I'm not sure, but I think he did not go for preps yesterday. So when his fellow pupils returned from class at about 8 p.m., they found him hanging onto a red ribbon, and that is how they called on the matron. The matron called on the director of the school, and they found him dead. So police has arrested the matron of the school and the director to help with investigations.
As pupils returned to the dormitory from evening prep, they found Terry hanging inside the dormitory. They immediately informed the matron, who notified the school director. Police were later informed. Our officers found the body suspended with a red scarf tied to a roofing pole inside one of the school dormitories. The school director and the matron have been arrested to assist with the ongoing investigations. The body has been conveyed to Mulago City Mortuary.
Bana inga chibinyo. That's very, very sad, by the way. Kubanga obeera olowooza nti abantu abakulu are the ones with problems. Ate n'olaba nti omwana omuto P5
14 years and
ng'olaba nga ebizibu
kids are depressed. Yes.
Nga bamubulinga ate bwagezaako maybe okulopa wakakubira mami tibanange waliwo omwana akola bwati nga mugamba nakusindika kusoma genda osome iki nga parents don't want to listen to this.
We have seen instances where kids have committed suicide just because they're not happy with the choice of school their parents chose for them. They say nze saga lesomero and the parent says I'm insisting to take you to that school because I feel it's good for you. And you find a child committing suicide. Kids are depressed. It could even just be too much academics for them. They may be overwhelmed with too much studying and they're like let me just take myself out.
Waliwo otuuka n'olabanga you want to manage.
You want to manage. I think a pressure ewaka. Your father, you failed mathematics, you got maybe 50% and your dad is like you're daft. How can you bring stupid results like this?
Abazadde bavuma.
But it doesn't necessarily signify that a child is, stupid because they failed mathematics. Because your talent or maybe your strength might be elsewhere. It may not exactly be academics. Even not academics, maybe skillful. Yeah, and then also, I don't know. There are many things. Maybe even a girl just dumped him. Maybe he was trying to vibe. Hey, he's 14 years old. He's in puberty. So it is very possible for him to have vibed like a chick somewhere. And so we don't know, Wabula, we don't know. Actually, that's why police is saying it's an alleged suicide. They're going to do a post-mortem report so that they completely verify what could have killed this boy. Could someone have hanged him, killed him and hanged him, or did he hang himself? And if he did, they'll try and verify what the circumstances were. Maybe they sent him without grab at school, and then the friends are taking needle, and then for him,
just
exactly. So yeah.
Okay. Abazadde naye bo bakambwe bakendeezeemuko kwebyo ebigambo bye bagamba abaana bakambwe pamera muli bakambwe pamera
ate bakambwe even sometimes parents really don't have the time to talk to kids. Remember nowadays you have to go and work kuyiya school fees are expensive. It's not like those days where if you have to take your kid to a good school 800 900 1 million 2 million 5 million, like it's so parents want to keep up and ensure that their kids get the best, but then it's quite hard to balance the both. Like, how do I balance between being present for my child and then having to work so much to give them the life that I feel is deserving of them? So there are many circumstances. Sometimes we are not rude, by the way.
You are.
No.
By the time you tell me I'm stupid.
Hello guys.
The mid-morning to Corner with Flora Shaw, 100.2 Galaxy FM. Zina.
Okusigala ng'oyungiddwako tekibeera kyangu. Katugeze nga data alwawo okuggwako oba bando ze zijja mu mbeera z'obulamu bwo. Airtel yakunira bando z'eddakiika ne